Hello again, you join me back up at the Caravan with another job, blinds up or blinds down. Now, when we put our caravan in storage, I've noticed some people put their blinds down and some people put their blinds down when they're towing. I'm not sure whether that's right or wrong. I'm just looking at the advice that I've read in some books, and it says that you keep your blinds up because it puts strain on the actual mechanism within the blind and possibly stretches the springs. So I always leave our blinds up and then if we need to shut the curtains while it's in storage, but when we're towing I just leave everything open, then I can see inside the van from the car. Now we've had a little bit of a problem with one of our mesh blinds, and the fact that the retaining piece where you can move it and put it on different slots has actually snapped. Now I looked everywhere on the internet for these parts, and I couldn't find them for quite a while, but I eventually found them online, and I was going to order them on the internet just before we went away on our last holiday. But I thought, with us not being at home, I wanted to make sure that there was somebody in to accept them, so I thought I'd wait until we got back. While we were away, we called to a caravan shop in Pwllheli called Evans Caravan and Camping, and I was just walking around the shop there, and lo and behold, he had the pieces in. I couldn't believe it. I'll put a link to his shop down below. He's a hobby dealer, so it was really nice to look around the hobby caravans in there, which are absolutely fantastic. And he has a shop on site, and he had them in stock. So rather than just buying the one that I needed, I actually bought 4 of them just in case. They are different sided. They're left-handed and right-handed. And he had quite a few in stock, so I've no doubt if you contact him, if you do need them, I'll try and give you a little bit of a close-up of him. That's the piece that's snapped. If you do need them, I'm sure he would possibly post them out to you. So I'm going to go ahead and do that job, and hopefully it's going to be not as hard as it looks. So this is the offending blind, and the one as you're looking at now on the left-hand side, the light's not great, is actually snapped off. So if you try and hook it in, it just won't hook in anywhere. So we're going to take this off and have a look at it and see whether we can repair it. So to start off with, we're going to take this side off, this runner off here, and we just do this by undoing this screw. So you want to hold the blind while you're doing it, and then it doesn't drop down. Just take that screw out, and then the arm just simply clips off and drops out like that. So that's the piece that comes out. So on the side of the blind, once we've took the runner off, you'll see at the top here there are 2 screws. This one's for the fly net and this one's for the main blackout blind. What you can actually do with these is reduce the tension on the blinds. Sometimes if they're not coming up as easy, you can increase or decrease the tension. Now if you do want them down during winter, what you can actually do is put your blinds down and take the tension off so it's not putting extra strain on the spring. So I'm just going to reduce the tension on the spring here to take the mesh blind down. So what I'm going to do is just reduce the tension, and now to do this I've just realised what you do is you push the screw in and then turn it, and it's actually slackening that off, and as you can see it's just making it nice and easy to pull down. So now I've got the blind out, you can see that it's this piece at the end here that's snapped off that goes in the retaining piece of the arm. So I'm going to take this out. Now I've taken the tension off, and then replace this piece. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to damage this, because it's only aluminium, so I'm just going to use a pair of long nose pliers just to pull this piece out. Just very carefully, because I don't want to snap anything else or break anything. And that's that come out. So that's the piece that's broken, and if you look on there, I don't know if you can see that, it's actually got I'll try and bring it a little bit closer, but it's actually got R on it, so it's a right hand sided one, and that's what I'm going to replace it with. The blind, I don't know if you can see here, but on the corner, on the side of the blind there, I think before we've had the caravan, somebody has probably taken a little piece off that, So this is the new piece that we're going to put in. It's a right-sided piece, and I'm just going to slot that in there. It's going to be quite tight to go in, I would imagine. So it's quite stiff to push in, which is a good thing really. It's nearly there, just one last push, and that's it secured back in, and now I can slot that back in and put the tension on. Now to put the tension back on the blind, you push the screw in and then turn it. With this one it's righty-tighty, so as I'm turning it, you can see I'm just going to tighten that up, and that puts the tension back into the blind. There we go. All I need to do now is put the arm back on and then screw that back in. So I've got the arm, and that just slots up into there. Just want to make sure I get both sides in. Just pushes in, and then at the bottom here you can see I'm just going to pop the screw back in. Quite a fiddly job for somebody who's not got very small hands. Now with these, I've found that you don't want to really over tighten these because they're only very flimsy plastic, and on the other side of this blind it has actually snapped off. The plastic has snapped, so you just got to be really gentle and not tighten them up too tight, and that's that secure. So that's the blind done. As you can see, I've put the tension back up, and that stays secure. What it was doing before obviously was just flying up because it wouldn't catch in there at the bottom. The actual make of the blind is Remis. You can buy parts from for them from Leisure Shop Direct. That's where I found the initial part that I was looking for, but obviously when I went into that shop I was quite surprised to see them there, and I bought them off the shelf. So another job done at the Caravan. Thank you very much for all your support and all your comments and all your likes and all your thumbs down. I know I have a Twitter and Facebook page. I'm new to Twitter and Facebook, so I'm still getting my head around how that works. So if you see some random tweets, I do apologise. I really don't know what I'm doing with it at the moment. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. And I believe there's a bell or something my daughter's told me you can press. And I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.